Hello friends, welcome to the series of lectures on digital marketing and e-commerce. I am Dr. Suchita Vishwakarma, Assistant Professor at Department of Management, School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. Today our topic of discussion is going to be using apps and gamifications, and we would first talk about gamifications followed by using apps. Now, gamification is basically a concept where the companies try to use some of the very popular games in their marketing activity, and games is something which is loved by not only the children but all but people of all group. So, we all are into practice of playing lot of virtual games, which are online games, offline games obviously, and so companies tries to incorporate these particular practices, tries to adopt these particular practices, and tries through these practices the company tries to engage their customers, prospective customers, and help them be on the page on their website search page for longer durations, and which we had discussed earlier also, that if a person stays longer for on a particular page, then obviously the recall for particular game or for particular brand will increase, and so will be the lead generation, and so will be the lead conversion for that particular company. So, this is one of the very new but very useful tactics of organizations these days. So, let us understand more about gamification. Gamification is a process of adding games or game like elements to something so as to encourage participation. Because if I feel that the customers are not staying for longer duration, and if I want that the customers should not only stay but also but also look into deeper and go to the various different pages of my website, and then I want people to refer to their friends. So, this is one of the very important techniques. So, gamification is basically a process of incorporating branded games into marketing strategy, and the games which are basically used by the organizations should adhere to certain principles, and the basic principles, the very simple concepts are that the games used by them should be very fun kind of games, where the task is a very fun loving kind of, where the task is easy, not only it is very clear, simply understandable, because there can be lot of people from different background, different educational background, different understanding backgrounds. So, it should be very simple and easily understandable for all kind of people, and should have a kind of lot of fun content into it, so that people feel very excited, encouraged to play that particular game. And then obviously, and last but not the least, it should have certain tangible rewards. So, we will understand it, what kind of tangible rewards can be given in marketing activities in the form of gamification. We will understand it slowly. So, let us have a look on the various forms of games. The popular games which are incorporated by the brands include the mobile apps, the augmented reality games, and the interactive contents like the quiz, poll, survey, etc. Now, moving further ahead, let us understand that what is the objective of gamification, why the companies wants games to be provided to their customers. So, we shall understand that gamification basically enhances brand awareness, because if you are playing a game with a particular which is there in the website of a particular company, there are chances that you will keep on going. If you are liking that particular game, then there are chances that you will keep on looking for that particular company very often, and you will also refer it to your friends and family. So, this will enhance the brand awareness. Then attract the user attention, because games is something which attracts everyone's attention, be it a child or an adult. Then increases engagement. We spend lot of time in playing them in that game, understanding what the reward is, and getting benefited by it. Increases in earns loyalty also. That means if a particular customer or a particular individual has earned certain reward points, then he or she will obviously try to be loyal and try to earn more points, and then try to encash them, or maybe get benefited by those points also. It also helps generate leads and gain followers. That means the number of followers, that number of people, number of visitors who will start coming into your website will increase because of the games that has been launched. Then it also increases the high quality content. That means if very genuine, very new, very entertaining games have been incorporated in the website, then that will actually encourage people to get connected to you. It will not only entertain your I mean visitors, but also help them or inform them or educate them also about the various kinds of products, offerings, the services or such kind of things also. Then it can also motivate your prospective customers and increase their interest towards the particular brand. So, these are the various objectives which the company wants to achieve through the gamification activity. And the benefits of games is that the gamification increases average website session time. That means, if I have started playing a game, I would spend some good time, maybe 5-10 minutes or even more, which otherwise is usually 2 seconds for a particular page, and then the average time is spent on I mean reading emails or reading an email I mean open rate, the CTR rate, the audience engagement, social sharing, all these will get improved. Then obviously these are experiences which the people like to have, and so there is more of tendency that people will like to have such experiences more often. The other benefit of gamification is that these do not require a lot of technical knowledge or lot of technical know-how to be launched. It is not a very complex process or does not require lots of algorithms or so. So, any individual, any marketer, any company can actually think of launching a game for engaging their customers. It also encourages people to provide more of personal information, because there are games which ask you to enter your mobile number, or which ask you to provide your email ID or so that they can so that the company can send you certain reward points or send you certain informations. So, through this the company is able to develop a lot of data which they can use in the following days for various kind of marketing activities. And then it generates a content for email of its own. I mean as I said that I mean people are required to input their email IDs. So, you will basically allow the company to communicate to you, and through this you will the number of people who would the company will have lot of data of the emails as well. So, these are the various benefits. Now, talking about the importance of gamification. The importance is in 3 contexts. The first, the internal, external and behavior change. The internal context means that the company will be able to improve the productivity of the employees, of the people who are associated with the organization. So, it will derive a lot of positivity as the employees will feel that yes, now the customers are themselves working in their websites, there is an increase in number of visitors, the people are knowing them, and so it will help the people who are into sales, it will help the people into the marketing, operations and other activities also, because now they will the employees will know that yes, the people are having a good information, good knowledge, good I mean goodwill about the organization. Then the second importance is in external context. That means it will enhance the relationship of people and the customer. It will enhance the relationship of the business and how the company wants to look or maybe wants to appear in the society. So, that will basically have more of identification, more people will identify the particular brand, more people will be loyal to the particular brand, more people will trust the particular brand. So, these are the various kinds of benefits to the external society, and then obviously all of them will all these activities, I mean the loyalty, the identification, the trustworthiness that will get improved will ultimately lead to a behavioral change, and so people will start purchasing the products and services. So, this is the basic importance of gamification. Now, the question over here arises that how to start games. I mean, if I am a company and I want to start or launch a game into my website, then how shall I initiate it? So, this is very important. So, let us understand it in more detail. Getting started with gamification is starts with defining the business objectives. First, a company needs to understand that what is the objective that they want to achieve by launching a particular game. We had already discussed the various kinds of objectives. It could be in terms of increasing the visitors, it could be increasing the awareness, it could be engaging the customers, it could be getting more referrals or whatever. So, first you need to identify the objective and then define the target behavior. What do you want to change among the people? Is it that you want to be more known to people, or is it that that you want the people to spend more time on your website, or is it that you want leads to I mean have more of people who are kind of leads or who are who are purchasing your products. So, what is the behavioral change that you want to, or you can understand that what is the outcome that you want in terms of the customer's behavior. So, this is also that is very important for you to understand before launching a game. Then you need to describe the players. I mean all the people who play games can be defined into different can be categorized into 4 categories, which we will understand a bit later. But then you need to describe the players, that whom do you want to actually target, and because these different category of players for every different category of players, you need to design different kinds of games, then only you will be able to basically achieve your target. So, this is again important. Then devise activity cycles, engagement or progression, that how do you want to engage, what is the kind of activity that you want to launch, whether you want to engage them or you want to want your customers to upgrade to different levels in the game, so that they can become more loyal over a longer period of time. So, what is that you are looking forward for? And obviously, the fun element should not be forgotten, should be very much there in the game whatever you are designing. And there should be also appropriate tools to take care of the monitoring aspect. That means you must monitor that how many people are playing the games, what is the result, what is the outcome that is coming up, whether it is tallying to what objectives that you had you wanted to achieve through the gamification process or not. So, these things are very important. Now, the main principles of gamification is that one needs to have a clear achievable task. If you have thought of launching a game, you must take care that whatever task that you are giving into that particular game must be achievable. It should not be very high ended that the customer or the any of your visitor feels that it is something that they will not be able to do, and so let us leave it. So, it should be the game should have a very achievable task. It should have a clear goal. That means, if I play a game, what is that I am going to get. So, it could be in the form of communicating about the reward points or the benefits that the person will get by playing the particular game. Then obviously, it should be having a very engaging design. That means, the animation, the GIFs which are there into the game should be very engaging. The fun element, as I am repeating again and again, it should be very much into it, because if the fun element is less or lost, then there is no point of launching a game, and rewards should be communicated well. So, let us have a look of the type of achievers. The people who play virtual games, the online games, are basically can be classified into 4 types: the achievers, killers, socializers and explorers, and all of them have different characteristics. So, a company must take care that what are the kind of players are there, and accordingly they should design their games. So, as you can see that achievers are the people who basically like to achieve something, and they want to have a more of power and status, and they obviously want to play games, but they want the games to upgrade them into upper level. Then killers are basically those people who basically want to achieve something, but at the same time they want their achievement to to be increased by some other person's loss. So, you can basically reward a person, for example, if you are playing a Ludo. So, you know that if there is a person who is going to win, there is one person who will lose also. So, similarly, the killers are basically people who get happiness or who derive happiness after someone's loss. And then we have socializers. So, socializers are people who are more interactive and they like to get social. So, after playing games they would like to communicate about the game, about the rewards, about the achievements that they had with their friends and families. So, they or otherwise they are people who would like to play in teams or in groups. So, they can where they can play with the friends or so. So, these are the kind of socializer players. And then we have explorers. So, explorers are the people who like to have lot of new element into the game, who would like to discover something new, who would like to explore something new. So, maybe they would like to collect some new things, who would like to go to something related to travel or something related to where you are going to where you are exploring certain things, or where you can explore, you can get some unseen or strange elements into the game. So, these are the various kinds of players, and accordingly, as you can see that the characteristics are very different. So, for different personality traits or different characteristics of individual, the marketer must be very take caution that they design different kinds of games to get to have a mutual benefit for both the parties, that means the organization and the visitor or the player. So, some popular games which are used by marketers are like Wheel of Fortune, where you are basically required to rotate a Wheel of Fortune, accordingly you get the reward points. Then we also have something like a scratch card or some offers, or you are also where you are required to take a small quiz, and then after that you will get a small reward point. So, kind of take a quiz or survey kind of things. Then you have batches. You have games which gives you certain reward points in the terms of batches. So, it could be bronze, silver, and where you can upgrade yourself by playing more or something like this. Then we also have games which are basically where you can use your creativity instinct, and where you can do design certain things, and then accordingly you can design, and then you can tell about your preferences, your what you want, and such kind of things. So, you can design your own custom case kind of things. Then we also have games where you are required to refer certain things to your friends, and if you refer, then obviously you are going to get certain benefits in terms of the loyalty points or the rewards or the certain free products or kind of things. So, these are the popular games which are used by marketers for engaging their customers. You must be very known to the gamification for education also, which is a concept used by Byju, where they try to engage the students by giving them certain quiz, where these quizzes will be played along with someone who is of the same age, same course. So, they have different ladders, as you can see that if you appear in the first ladder, you pass it and you play it with any of your friend, any of the student who is a subscriber to the Byju's, and then you will get another level, and then you are upgraded to the third level. And so, these are the ways through which the Byju's tries to engage their students and also motivate them to upgrade to the next levels. Then we can see that Starbucks has also launched certain games, and the games are in terms of the reward points. That means, if you will do certain activity, or for example, Starbucks had very recently launched a game where if any person shows that he has walked for 4,000 steps or is walking 4,000 steps per day, then he will be provided a free cup of coffee. So, such are the games for the which was launched by Starbucks. Then we have at the same time, you should also understand that There are certain challenges also before gamification, because gamification is something which needs lots of creativity, and every company may not possess such people who are such creative. So, this is one major challenge. Then it needs lot of time and money, and maintaining the buzz, that means encouraging the customer and creating a buzz, making it viral, creating a lot of word of mouth is very important, and if the company fails to do so, then the objective of gamification will get lost. Now, moving to the apps, let us understand what is the concept of app. So, app is basically a short form of application, and it is a type of software. It is a small software which is installed on which can be installed on a mobile, on an iPad, on a laptop, on a PC, laptop, PC or whatever. And these basically help us reach a particular website directly. It does not if we have an app, we can directly go in, get into the website. It is not required for us to search the particular company by writing it on any search engine. So, these are very specific and serves a narrow purpose. The purpose could be very could be different for all the apps. It could be entertaining apps, or it could be any other app also, which we will understand slightly later. So, but let us understand the importance of apps for a business. Apps are basically cost effective because they are small softwares which are developed for specific purposes. They can extend the reach of business. They can help because apps can be installed on any technical platform, as I said, be it mobile, laptop or so. And since we already know that the number of users of mobile and laptops are quite huge in the world. So, we know that if there is an app, the reach will become very easy and will increase to a great extent. Then it also helps to increase the productivity of the company, because there are various kinds of services which can be offered through app. For example, if you take example of a banking app, you can go to the banking app, you can do the online transactions, you can check your balances, you can know about your transactions, and so that will actually help the company reduce lot of workload also by the employees, and will improve the productivity and efficiency. Then it will also help the employees, enable employees to perform certain specific business functions outside the office also. That means, if I am working with an organization and I need to do certain activities which otherwise would have required me to stay in office, but then if that particular service or particular action can be done through an app, then obviously sitting at any other place also outside the office also will help me do the particular action and provide number of services for business. That means, we have inventory management apps, we have CRM softwares app. That means, it caters to lot of different needs of people. For example, if I am a distributor and I want to know that when can I have my inventories, or if I am a customer, I want to have a connect with the customer relationship officer. Then also there are certain CRM apps also which are launched by the company. So, these are the various ways through which apps are very helpful. Now, there are various kinds of apps. The first kind of app is web based app, which basically requires internet access for complete working, and it is basically coded in Java and HTML and CSS, and these are basically like Netflix, Google, Dropbox or anything like this. So, these are basically apps which will run only when you have internet connectivity, and since they require a small memory space, so any user can install these apps on any of the devices, and they are very user friendly. Then we have native apps also. These native apps are one which are specific to any particular platform. For example, if you say Apple has launched certain apps like iTunes, iMusic or certain things. So, these are basically very native to any one particular platform. It cannot be used or installed by any person. If any person who is having that particular device or that particular operating system, then only you will be able to install these particular apps. Then we have hybrid apps. Hybrid apps are basically those which support both the native apps and the web based technologies also, and they are easier and quick to create and but obviously have a lower performance rate in comparison to the native and web based apps. So, these are the various category of apps which the marketers can think of, that what according to their objective or according to the goal, they can have different kinds of apps also. Then looking at the versatility of the apps can help the company and the consumers in the different spheres of life. The apps are into different spheres. For example, there are various apps related to entertainment, travel, gaming, social platforms, for example Facebook, LinkedIn apps and so. Then we have business and fintech apps also. We have utilities like for the Google Translate, Find My Device, Spot My Train or such kind of things. Then we have health and fitness apps also. We have educational apps also, and then obviously the e-commerce apps, for example Amazon, Flipkart and so on. So, these are the various kinds of apps through which the marketers are able to cater to their customers. So, with this I finish up my session over here. For detailed understanding, you can go to these references and you can have better understanding. Thank you.